Should you be using acids or enzymes or microdermabrasion or dermaplaning? How should you be exfoliating at home for your skin type? Stay tuned. That's coming up next. Welcome back. Christine Byer here, licensed esthetician for 23 years. And I specialize in device use and high-tech products and making my clients look better here in my treatment room. And that is some tall order on some people, but everybody and their brother on YouTube talks about fruit acids, hydroxy acids, maybe even polyhydroxy acids if they're fans of Korean skincare. But fruit acids, polyhydroxy acids tend to be well tolerated. They are something you can just throw into your routine after your cleanser, let them absorb a bit and dry down, and then move on to your next step and you're on your way. This is the Revive Exfoliating Serum. You would put, I always overshoot these things in these videos, but yeah, you would basically maybe a half pump. That gives you like enough. Anyway, you would let this soak in. It dries down maybe 5 minutes and then you go on with your next step, no problem. So if you have a tougher skin type, maybe you're a little younger, this is perfect for you. You can use this. I would start out with this acid maybe 3 times a week and then move to every day if your skin tolerates it well. Now, say you have an older, mature skin type, for example, like mine, and you want a thorough exfoliation, but maybe acids leave you feeling dry. Now, the way acids work is they eat the intercellular glue that holds the dead cells onto the top of the skin, right? So they can go zip, 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 zip down several layers of dead cells, which is why they have this wild card of being maybe a little drying, but not on all skins, right? So you have to sort of test and experiment. But if you just want to avoid acids altogether, you can do enzymes. Let me talk about enzymes today. Enzymes are an aging skin's best friend. Let me tell you why. Because enzymes, especially the one I sell, there are some that are questionable and that can eat dead tissue, but they eat live tissue. But the one I sell, the Enzyme Rescue, does not eat live tissue, meaning it does not leave you dry. It will not leave you chafed, or you won't have an oops, I used too much. You won't be peely and crazy looking from an enzyme, especially in my Enzyme Rescue. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is my Enzyme Rescue. It is a pumpkin and papaya based enzyme. And so enzymes work in totally different ways from acids. So we've got this layer of dead cells on the top and they're all held together by this intercellular glue, right? Enzymes work like Pac-Man and go chomp, chomp, chomp at the dead cells rather than that glue in between. And so they sit on top of the skin and eat all the dead cellular debris, right? And like I said, they stop. This one will not start eating live tissue. It only eats dead tissue. And so that's sort of the safety mechanism with this enzyme that I love. Now, I can't say that about all enzymes because some could get really aggressive, but this one is super safe. In fact, this one I love to multitask, and because it also has minerals in it, you can mix this with some water and use it to conduct. Time saver! And then when this dries down or it's done its thing for 7 to 10 minutes, I'll go back in, re-wet it, and use a device over it. So like the Time Master Pro or some sort of ultrasound. So it's really gonna get a little extra juice out of the enzyme. And you're conducting the whole time because of the minerals in this formula. So great time saver. I love to add extra water to this when it's dried down and reuse it as a conductive gel. Now, I do like to put on regular conductive gel later just to rehydrate the skin, but this in a pinch is a super time saver. And also your skin will look like glass afterwards. You'll be so beautiful and exfoliated. And also I wanted to say that enzymes work on glycated skin, and then that's that cobblestone skin that we tend to get on the chin. I've got some on my hands, and this is from sun exposure over the decades. It's from, toxins and smoking and too much sugar in the diet, but all of us have some to some degree, especially as we get older. But this Enzyme Rescue with the Time Master Pro is the bomb. I love this. So say you want to go a little further and you have deep lip lines, a lot of glycation. That's when I would go in and add more mechanical exfoliation, because that is really going to be more aggressive than most over-the-counter chemical exfoliants. And when I say chemical, I'm talking about fruit acids, enzymes, those sort of things. And so what I love to do on lip lines is old school, but it still works, microdermabrasion. So this is a device by Method Bridget Kettner, which is German designed. And this little device is nice. It has two different, it's kind of a, it has one speed and then two. But if we're using it on the lips, it's wonderful. You would want to hold on, anchor, and then pull it. And that's it. It's so easy. Now look, I have makeup on. Optimally, you would not have makeup on. You would have double cleansed your skin, let it dry completely, and then you're just gonna hold and let it do its suction thing. You want to anchor. You need to anchor. This is a little tricky to get to use, or to learn to use, but once you get the hang of it, it's a really practical device. It's old school, but this has been voted best of by estheticians in the treatment room who didn't want to like a big, huge unit to clutter up their space. This has been voted best of for a couple of years in a row from estheticians because it's just so simple. This tip is diamond encrusted, and so it's going to go in there. There are two different tips that come with this. They have the regular and the sensitive. This is the sensitive. So you can use this up to 5 swipes in the same area, and then I would move on. Don't go too crazy with this because you can get into live tissue with microdermabrasion. This has been one of our best sellers as well. There are a lot of people who do dermaplaning at home. I actually don't do dermaplaning, but I do like the results of it. I can tell you that if you use the facial filling products from Korea that I sell, the PLA biostimulators, they will stay intact if you dermaplane, because dermaplaning is only taking off the vellus fuzz and a little bit of that epidermis. And so that is a great option for a lot of people. You need to start out slow though. I wouldn't go crazy with it because it can sort of sensitize the skin and send it into overdrive. And the second you put on that next product afterwards, it's like, ah, yikes. So I remember when it first got like popular, it had this sort of resurgence of popularity, because the first time I had it done was like, my goodness, I was a new esthetician. It was like in 2002 or something. I mean, I looked beautiful. That got rid of all the vellus hair and my skin looked amazing. Now I have had dermaplaning done twice since, and I've been nicked both times. So make sure we're being careful here with dermaplaning. Just don't go too crazy. So would be great for maybe somebody with a thicker skin type, or even somebody, if you have a thinner skin type, you can just do it ever so lightly, because it gets rid of that vellus fuzz that we can get hormonally that hits us in our 40s, you know, and you look great in normal light, but then you go outside and you're like fuzz. So a lot of people like it for that. Just be careful. Make sure your blade is nice and sharp and that your technique is on point. Other forms of exfoliation, geez, there are so many. Just make sure that you are matching your skin type with your exfoliation for best results, because over exfoliated skin is never in style. It doesn't look good. And I see this all the time on YouTube. People are like, oh, I'm a little fuzzy through here because I put on too many acids. This is not something we have to live with, and the skin doesn't like it. It is pro-inflammatory to have over-exfoliated skin and a compromised barrier. So let's use the right exfoliant for our skin type and have happy skin. Anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye now.